Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 16 of Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends. We're about to take on the second of, from what I understand in the post-recording, 4 missions in the final act. Now, my apologies for this being late because I was working throughout the entirety of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So Thanksgiving, Friday and Saturday, I was practically working, so I could not get this processed, let alone posted. So it's kind of a wrench in my schedule. Again, this time it's of no fault of mine because I actually got those recorded. And mind you, the following week afterwards, it's going to be nothing but free mode once I'm done with the Musou. Anyway, this familiar stage, the Battle of Shiting, is the battle where Cao Xiu would be fooled by the defection. That one defection that would end up causing him to die of frustration. I'm pretty sure the Zhou family has a track record of falling for fake defections, as they fell for 2 of them. Remember Chirby. Oh, speaking of remembering, remember what we did in Fang Castle? Well, due to that, we may end up having a little run-in from some people from Fang Castle during this battle. But first, let's find our mole, and there he is. Do not attack him. He's the mole. He's the only way we could get into Fang Castle. And for the record, anything happens to Zhou Fang in this battle, you fail the mission. I mean, you can go in as Zhou Fang. That would make things a lot easier. But I recommend that you power him up before you do. Because it is the dim sum of this stage. That is the problem. I'll get further into that when we come to that point. But for right now, it's time for us to go to the Battle of Shiting, which looks oddly like the Battle of Hefei, except there's like only one true path between 2 sides, instead of actually,
Lord Zhou Fang, I shall trust your
how should I put it, 3 different paths, and all of which lead to the bottom section. That's pretty much the whole majority of,
we should inform Lord Cao Xiu.
And by the way, make sure you go after Jia Kui, because Jia Kui will ruin the defection plot. And if that happens,
Jia Kui
may
be aware of the ploy.
Don't let Jia Kui
there goes your chances of actually stopping the Wei forces. But whether or not the defection goes through, and by the way, you're gonna have no choice but to sacrifice Zhu Huan, and there's a reason why you should sacrifice Zhu Huan. So long as he's fighting Cao Xiu, the defection plot will not go through. Now, just sit back and wait and let Cao Xiu Cao Xiu kill off Zhu Huan. I mean, it's kind of sad that you're going to end up losing a officer here, because you're going to need all the officers you could get, especially later on in this battle. And I apologize for the frame rate drop because, well, it's going to happen. It is kind of an old game, and also my capture card like locks up in the middle of this. But let's see. Yeah, Zhu Huan is still fighting Cao Xiu, and he needs to fall, seriously. I'm not like trying to be mean or anything, but if you want to actually have an easier time, the defection plot may— oh god, it's starting that again. I was wondering why in the world was it like messing up, and up there we go. There he goes. Now we just play the waiting game. And again, I apologize for the frame rate and the messing up of the AV cable. I gotta give me a new one.
A little too easy. Now, we must first take out the commander, Cao Xiu.
Well,
Zhou
now
Fang,
it's time for us to go back to the main camp and pronto. Because now that this defection plot has gone through, now it's time for us to finish off the remainder of Sima Yi's forces. But Sima Yi... Oh god, here we go. Sorry about that, there was technical issues and now I fixed them. But as I was about to say, Sima Yi's forces will not just go down so easily. I mean, yeah, we will take down the rest of the forces that are in front of Sima Yi's castle, but also at the same time, we have to bear in mind that forces from Fan Castle will be showing up pretty soon. And that is going to be a huge problem. Because if I'm not mistaken, most of the forces from Fan Castle will be with high morale. That's if you took on Fan Castle first and not this stage. If you took on this stage, you would be beelining straight to Sima Yi right now. However, you would be screwed out of the dim sum. Well, at least you won't have to go through Great Lakes to get the dim sum, if I'm not mistaken. It would appear in a box somewhere. Oh, and there's those reinforcements. Zenji from Fan Castle makes her appearance, and she has brought 4 officers with her. In order for Wu's morale to increase, you're gonna have to kill every last officer. And they sealed our strongholds. Ain't that about a bitch?
Huh.
So I would instead of going after Cao Xiu,
exercise caution.
I would instead go at Cao Xiu, sorry. I would actually go after Zenji first, since she is the greater of all the evil, seeing as how she's a Musou officer and she is pretty strong. But I took on Cao Xiu first because Cao Xiu and Nanchong were closer to Lu Jun. But I think I regret that now. So let's hop on the horse and head over to... Wait, why am I going after... Oh right, I gotta stop the outflow of enemy officers. But I better go and deal with the main officer first. I mean, deal with the main camp basically, because I do not want to have to deal with another situation where the main camp ends up being killed because I'm not there to deal with it, because he dropped a lot of morale. I've already did enough of that shit with the non-mins, and sure enough, it's starting to happen.
They're pretty good.
And I think I just bypassed the angel wine.
We have to fight harder.
Of course you steal one of my strongholds. How dare you? That's alright. We're almost there. Just a little bit more. Oh, by the way, you can literally bypass this battle and go straight to Hefei, but I recommend that you don't. You see, all that we're doing with Fan Castle and this battle here will actually make Hefei a lot easier. Now, as I was saying earlier about Zenji, she actually has high morale. Her flute is not going to be a problem, although she is pretty damn fast. You just gotta be careful when you're dealing with these guys.
How irritating.
Because when it comes down to the Musou officers, we're going closer and closer to the end of the game. And at the end of the game, they're going to start having high morale, and they're going to start doing extra damage, even though you have extremely high defense and extremely high attack. Like, practically most of the officers will probably be on, like, the non-min level of morale, but at the same time, the main camp for the enemy would be on a level of Lu Bu, so that's something you gotta be careful about. And if you are gonna take on these missions, I would suggest you grind and grind a lot. And if you have enough stats to do so, try to get the level 10 sword. So, that said, it would be in your best interest also to kill out the gate captains. Because, despite the officer being defeated, the gate captains still give the main camp morale. And with these gate captains still active, you don't want to have to deal with any more high morale officers. Which brings us to the dim sum. Because of the fact that we completed the battle at Fawn Castle, the dim sum has unfortunately one terrible surprise. Oh wait, and we're about to go into a duel with the fabulous Zhang He. But yeah, that terrible surprise we're about to get to as soon as we deal with Zhang He in this duel. Yeah. Be careful though, with Zhang He, unless you got high defense, this guy will skate around your guard. So practically guard is not gonna help you. If you can win clashes, by all means, that would actually help you out. And do be careful about his counter attack. Because unlike Dynasty Warriors 4, no, Dynasty Warriors 9, sorry, or 7 and 8, where you can just, 7 and 8, where you can just trade weapons and you can counterattack. And 9, you have a button that is like the best counter system of all time. 4's counter system is not that great. However, many of the computer officers can actually counter on the dime, and Zhang He is one of those ones that will knock you back, which will set you up for being caught in his claw combos. But I defeated him at least. And now we get to the main event, which is the dim sum. I know I've been putting this off, but the dim sum is actually guarded by a high-ranking Musou officer. With the strength of Lu Bu, mind you. So, let's go after Sima Yi. Hold on, let me just kill off these guys first. But let's go after Sima Yi. I didn't get any Musou, some Angel Wine from that, so let's just keep going. And once we reach the checkpoint, hold on, give me a second. I'm just killing off officers.
I bow to your schemes.
I do believe this person is, who is this guy? Oh, Zhen Pi. And wait, where is Zhen Pi? There he is. And he's dead. Now then, all we need to do is wait for that warrior. But as I was saying, there he is.
I will stop.
This is where you're gonna get the dim sum. Unfortunately, the dim sum is of an incredibly powered up Zhang Liao. I shit you not. Oh, and the frame rate drop is real, bro. Yeah, this game didn't age well, I know. I end up losing a lot of bodyguards as an end result. because Zhang Liao, my god, he's powerful. Oh look, and Sima Yi even joined the battle too. Do what you can to try to not only break clash with Zhang Liao, but also defeat Zhang Liao, because that guy is going to make your battle with Sima Yi a lot harder.
The enemy is strong. This is how it wants.
Yeah. We're almost done with Zhang Liao. You just need to make sure that he is away from you.
Enemy officer.
Ah, there we go. Defeated. And now we got our dim sum. So now all that's left is Sima Yi. He's like, how should I put this? Sima Yi is pretty much of the same vein as Zhuge Liang, like in Yiling. Thing is, due to the fact that Sima Yi is the main commander, he's actually pretty tough. And oh god, I'm dizzy. Dear god, I'm dizzy. But as I was saying, he's actually pretty tough. But at the same vein, he does have a lot of orbs at his disposal with his single charge. One of his orbs just so happens to be a blast orb, so you might want to be careful when trying to guard against Sima Yi. And he also has a poison orb too. But with that said, Sima Yi is defeated for now. Don't worry, we'll be seeing a lot of him later on. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the Battle of Shiting. And by defeating this battle, later on in the Battle of Fawn Castle, Lu Meng will inform Sun Jian that the ambush over at the bridge is actually, well, the bridge is actually an ambush point. That's what it is. And I think the battle with Fawn Castle also made it to where Shang will show up with reinforcements. And speaking of Fawn Castle, no, not Fawn Castle, I mean Hefei is where the reinforcements are. And speaking of which, we're going to be going over to Hefei in the next part. This is RPMan 985. See you guys next time.